What does it mean for you to actively and publicly live your faith in community with others in society?
I am a very public Christian, and I have lived much of my professional life in a very public kind of way. I am an evangelical Christian and a lawyer, and I have worked with the Evangelical Fellowship of Canada and also with Trinity Western University. Both of these organizations have a public profile and are often under scrutiny by Canadians as representing what evangelical Christians think, believe, and act in the public square. I have been a media spokesperson to a certain extent in both of these organizations, and so have had the privilege, opportunity, perhaps to have that kind of public role where Canadians and even internationally others can see what I think and believe and how I articulate my faith. I bring my faith into the classroom because I teach at a Christian university. While not all my students are Christians, many are, and we share that faith amongst ourselves and talk about what it means to live out our faith in public.
How has your faith shaped and inspired your professional and public life?
As believers, we also need to be able to speak to public issues from our own faith perspective. That is something that I learned to do while I was in law school. I started a Bible study group when I was in law school amongst various law students. And even that was 30 years ago, and even then I received a certain amount of hassling and flack for that people thought it was very odd to be having a Bible study amongst law students. How could law students, rational people, possibly believe in God? And at that time I learned that I would have to defend my faith as a lawyer. And yet I found that Bible study group to provide so much spiritual nourishment for my soul in a very, very secular environment. As a group of law students, we would think through and talk through what is a biblical view of justice? What does God call us to as lawyers? And even as people, how can we build our character and make sure that we are acting in a way that is honoring God? It was very helpful that when I was in law school, we were given the freedom to use a classroom in the law school for our little Bible study group. Having that kind of space where we are, where we work, is very important to people of faith. It is very important to be able to gather with our like-minded people where we are and to know that there are other people who follow the same religious practices we do, wherever it is that we find ourselves.
In your experience, why is it important that expressions of religious faith be present in the public life of Canada?
Not all of us are called to speak out on public issues on Parliament Hill or in courts, but all of us are called out to live out our life of faith. From my perspective, my Christian faith,